Jeremy?
No.
Hello and welcome to Blast It or Stash It. It is Friday night. This is our show. Okay, Blast It, Stash It Friday night. So let's go and jump right into the movie quotes with Paul.
All right, so the character goes, "Same thing happened to me with wife number 2, remember? I have no idea what's going on, right? I come home one day and the house is empty, and I mean completely empty. She even took the ice cube trays out of the freezer. What kind of sick bitch takes the ice cube trays out of the freezer?"
As soon as you said ice cube trays out of the freezer. Oh, True Lies.
There it is.
Thank you. Yes. Spectacular's better, Grandpa Mike.
Before we go, we'll check the chat really quick. A lot of people already in here. We got 13 watching right now. Jason Smith, comically flawed, uncanny Kawaka. I apologize. Stephen Higgins, JLS, Count Von Strange, Black Pole's in here. Midwest Comic Man. And
Who's that dude?
I don't know.
Who the hell is that guy?
Oh. So, anyway, my quote is from 1999. It is not a comic book movie. It is, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today because you're all dead and it's all my fault. Mom, Dad, you fed me, kept a roof over my head until I killed you, which I guess doesn't make me a very good son, but I'm going to try and change."
Sounds familiar.
I'm like a deer in headlights on this one, yeah.
It's one of Jessica Alba's first movies.
Jessica Alba?
Comically flawed, got it. Idle Hands.
Oh my God, I haven't seen that movie forever.
I haven't seen that since 1999.
Yeah.
Devin Sawa, I think the only movie he was ever in, wasn't it?
Count Von Strange got it too.
And moving on to Trinity's Comics, Jeremy.
Okay, mine is definitely not a comic book movie. "We thought you was a toad."
Oh, that's Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Yeah. They done loved you up and turned you into a horny toad.
Count Von Strange said he watched it like a month ago. Is it on Netflix? Because I like to see it again.
I don't think it is.
Now the question of the day is are we going to get another accent?
For me?
Yeah.
No, not an accent. I'll try.
No Irish.
No Irish accent for me. Okay, this movie actually just came out Tuesday. It is a comic book movie, so it should narrow it down pretty dang good. But I'm not sure if any of you guys watched it. "You're the reason I wake up at 4 a.m. and pump irons until my chest is positively sick."
What?
It's a comic book movie that's got released on Tuesday.
Lego Batman?
It is Lego Batman. Thank you very much. I ran that all on my own. My kids didn't even want to watch it. I said, screw it, I'm watching it. And I thought it was pretty funny and stuff.
I actually almost bought it today, but I didn't because, reasons.
Because you're an adult and you don't watch cartoons.
No, I really want to see it. What's up, Cat Ren?
It's not a cartoon.
It's a computer-generated cartoon. Close enough. But it was pretty funny in some parts, though. Okay, we digress a little bit. So we will jump into the comic book review portion of the show. Trying to get my camera straight. We'll start with Paul.
First one we'll do is one of my picks of the week because I have 3 this week. This was a stellar week for indie books. First pick of the week is going to be Jimmy's Bastards, written by Garth Ennis. So I'm already predisposed to really, really love it. He gives us a James Bond with absolutely no filter and a hatred for PC bullshit. And it was just hysterically funny. It's full of, if you've read Garth Ennis before, you know what to expect going into this, and he does not disappoint. This is a definite stash for me.
I'm the other one to pick this up this week. I was trying to convince everybody else to read it as well. Jeremy, you said you started it, but you didn't finish it.
I didn't finish it.
As Paul said, it's a nice, refreshing take. I mean, not refreshing comic with everything else is so PC and so SJW or whatever you want to call it. This is so nice because they lampoon it. It seems like so much. I'll show one panel I thought was freaking hilarious. I seriously laughed out loud when the guy, he's like, "What's this?" He goes, "It's a microaggressor." Dude, I seriously busted up laughing. I thought it was so damn funny. This is awesome. I was really kind of I didn't know what to expect with it. I really was kind of a shot in the dark, and I'm actually glad that I picked this up. This was so good. This is actually my pick of the week. The other one's really close, but this is my pick of the week. Jump on to you, Mike. What's your first book?
Let's do. Let's check the chat. Shall we?
You check that chat.
All right, big shout out to Big E's Comics and the New York Warriors. He's up in here. Doom 143 just popped in here. Reviews from the Batcave. He says, "Hey, Spider Grandpa and Jeremy, Batcave in the house."
What are we, chopped liver over here? I mean, just say hi to you two, or what?
I got Don the Comic Book Junkie. We had like 22 watching a minute ago. Kingdom Comics, Jason Smith, all these good folks. Thomas Churchill. Cat Run Figures popped in here. I saw Super Sarah in here. So we got a lot of people watching right now. So my first book will be Suicide Squad number 19. So if you've been reading this, you know that Cyborg Supes and the Eradicator are trying to get Zod to join their Superman Revenge Squad. And Zod is still in what's the prison, Blackgate, trying to free all the trapped kryptonites from the Phantom Zone. Suicide Squad is ordered to stop them all. Cyborg Superman orders Zod to help them destroy Superman. Zod is like, fuck that, fucks up Cyborg. And then he fucks up the Eradicator. They actually, Cyborg, Superman, and Eradicator actually end up joining forces with the Suicide Squad. One of the squad actually sacrifices themselves to seal the Blackgate, and Zod is defeated and leaves with the Eradicator and Superman. This was a definite. I've been loving Suicide Squad, especially since they introduced Zod, and yeah, awesome stuff. This was a stash for me. And if you picked up Action Comics 981, it leaves off right where this, or it starts right where this one leaves off. So
I think you're the only one that read that this week. I dropped Suicide Squad, I think, after issue 2 or 3. I don't know if anybody else.
It got so much better, in my opinion.
Okay, so we'll jump into Jeremy with your first book of the night.
First book, we'll go ahead and get it out of the way. My first book is my first pick of the week, and The Forge. We'll go ahead and do The Forge. I really liked it, except for, let me see, I picked up the Andy Kubert variant. I have 2 of the other one on its way, the cover A, the Jim Lee one, but my God. So they need to keep Don Romita Jr. far, far away from Batman. There's one panel in here in particular where, look at this. Okay, if I can see this. You see that? Batman's ears look like pizza slices.
Maybe he was hungry.
Is it Domino's or Pizza Hut?
It's Abby's.
Angelo's.
But anyway, yeah, it's all got something to do with if you haven't read it, I don't know how many people in the book in the chat has read the book, but so I'm not going to spoil it. But it's got a lot to do with well, just put it to this way: you get to see Batman punch a hole in a volcano in the book. So yeah, and they Jason Momoa out Aquaman. So yeah, it's the leading up to Metal. This is my first pick of the week. I only have 2 though. I'm not as cool as Paul.
I guess we went with Abby's, according to Mighty LJ. So
Mighty LJ.
I picked up this book too. I end up I guess, ordering all the covers. So there's the Andy Kubert. This is the Jim Lee one. What was the other one, Jeremy? I haven't picked it up yet. I know I ordered it.
John Romita Jr. one?
Oh, is that? Oh, that's right. That was your favorite, wasn't it? Why didn't you pick that one up?
No.
So I remember somebody asking if this was canon, if this was part of the Batman universe.
Yes.
That was me.
Was that you in our chat?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people say that, they want continuity across multiple books. I guess when I read a book, I always think of it as a completely different story, even if it doesn't connect or whatever like that. I guess that's one good thing about me. I can read multiple Batman titles, not figuring, okay, this is just an alternate Batman story, as long as it's the Batman story. This one I thought it was pretty good. It was a pretty thick book. $5 for it. I think I kind of like how it's going. The ending, kind of have a little bit of a twist. But they never did 100% reveal what Batman's doing in this book, did they?
No, because see that they're just leading up to Metal. This one and the next one, then it'll be explained in Metal. But it's got something to do with some kind of metal something that goes all the way back to the start of mankind. And like they even reference back to the metal that was in the Talon's teeth in Court of Owls when they would regenerate them. So it's got something to do, and it's almost like two stories running parallel because you got Carter Hall. He's like telling the story of when he got his powers where he could regenerate his lives when he became immortal. He saw that thing fall from the sky, and then it's like it starts running along and playing on in with the mystery that Hal Jordan uncovers in the Batcave. But
I mean, they really think Batman's up to no good, though. I think that's the whole backstory of it. But of course, Batman's probably going to twist it around and make it seem like it was all planned. It was all part of the plan.
Well, it's interesting because they released, or I just seen the news today that they're coming out with like 6 or 7 one-shots, and it's about evil, like different evil versions of Batman.
You're not talking about the Looney Tunes crossovers now.
No, this is real deal. Like this is coming out in September, and I think it's like September and going on.
SS Comic Reader says, "What's up, everyone? I see Poopy Paul is back in the panel."
Poopy Paul is back.
Poopy Paul.
And with that, we'll go to move to Poopy Paul and what his thoughts are on the Forge.
This book was the poopiest book of the week for me. Not necessarily because it was super bad. It's just everything else was so damn good. I really dug the story, but the fucking JR art, would someone please blast him into the sun? Because every time I have to deal with his artwork, it just takes me out of the story.
Yeah, because one page you're looking at it is Jim Lee, and then one page it's Andy Kubert, and then the next page it's a friggin' turd.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, this is getting pretty good. What the blue hell is this?
Yeah.
So I mean, I stashed the book, and like I said, blast JR into the sun.
And what about you, Mike?
Yeah, this was a soft stash for me. Like you said, the art, and then this book is a big book of secrets. You got Batman keeping secrets from everybody. Hawkman's keeping secrets. I'm keeping secrets from Dave. Jeremy's keeping secrets from Paul. And the only reason I said if this is an Elseworlds book is because the character at the end, I'm not going to spoil it, just was in somebody else's book.
There's 3
a couple
different
months ago.
I just
that's what I'm thinking too. So, yeah, I'll keep reading it. It's interesting. One thing I do want to point out, I told the man I would shout him out, and I think I mentioned it on our Facebook page that Batman has a camel toe, and
it's a bat toe.
Drew Manchu actually on his review hashtagged it. He said #BatVag.
BatVag?
Yeah. I'll give away the secret. The character at the end has a Hydra costume on.
No, yes it does. Yes, he does. So yeah, I'll keep getting it. What the hell? Legends keeping secrets from everyone. That's what Catron says. Multiple Batman, multiple. Go ahead.
No, sorry. The only thing I would say about DC is like I would much rather them wrap the Button storyline up and get that out of here, and then go to this. I mean, I don't know this constant as in keep playing with it. I mean, the Button, that four-part thing didn't really give us too much other than just what to look forward to for the rest of that story arc.
Well,
I'd rather just have them finish the Button and then move on Dark Days, you know?
I imagine they're waiting on Jeff Johns, and he's pretty busy these days. So.
Well, I don't know. It should make you want to get one story arc done and out of the way and then move on. But that's just my personal opinion. That was you, Jeremy. Let's go on to moi. I guess I'll do this one.
Don the comic book junkie said he's got to keep Catwoman happy.
Oh, Batman does?
Yeah, with his Batgina.
Oh, I see. My next book is, I think I'm the only one that read this book. Yes, another Image comic. It's a #1. It's Winnebago Graveyard. Man, it was the whole at the beginning of the book. There are these cloaked people, and they end up taking this man and this woman, ripping them out of their trailer or whatever. It looked like they were getting ready to do the dastardly. I'm not 100% sure. Take them out, end up strapping them down to this table, killing this guy in a ritual, and the same guy pops out of his body. It looks like, and he says, "I've returned." And then it kicks to this other story about this mother and her son and her husband, his stepdad. They're going on a road trip in Winnebago. They see this creepy looking carnival, and they decide to go ahead and go in there. And when they get out, their Winnebago's been stolen, and so now they're on the road trying to find a phone number, or trying to find a phone because their cell phones, they left them in the car because they wanted to have a true family experience. What?
This has got B movie written all over it.
And then what they finally end up finding this town with lights on, but there are no people. I don't know what the hell was up with this story. Not one that I like. Not even. Oh, JLS saw boobies. Yes, he did see boobies. Not very nice boobies. But
did my shirt fall off again?
The story doesn't even keep me intrigued enough to even try to pick up issue 2 to see what's going on. That's probably my stinker of the week. So we'll move on now to Paul and your second book.
This will be another pick of the week, and this one is from Titan Comics. I guess they've got a new imprint that's going to be all true crime, or not true crime, but crime-based stuff. And this one was Normandy Gold. And for Black Pole, since he said he really enjoyed the threesome scene in Jimmy's Bastards, this book also features a threesome. It's just a really cool story. It's about and I was talking with Dave earlier that I couldn't believe he didn't pick this up because the main character is a sheriff from Oregon.
Oregon. Not Oregon, Oregon.
Hippie tree hugger granola patchouli state. And she has a sister who is a prostitute in DC for, high powered government people and all this kind of stuff. And she's on the phone with her, and some guy busts into her room and starts beating on her, and he injects her with a syringe or whatever. And you don't know if she's alive or dead, but she comes to DC to look for her. And it's just, this story has cool written all over it. So this is a big old stash for me.
Yeah, you were the only one that read that. And to talk about the threesome scene from Jimmy's Bachelor, I'll always say one thing. That's all I'll say.
What?
If you remember that, you got to read the book to know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
So you gotta. I mean, that part was that was another funny scene too, I thought. All right, but moving on. We'll move on to Mike. What's your next book?
Well, screw it. Let's just do Action 981. Like I said, it leaves off right where the Suicide Squad 19 left off, and we find that Superman's still trapped in the Black Vault, and the events in that Suicide Squad actually free him. And Amanda Waller tells Superman that, Zod is on the loose, and Superman goes after him, and the Cyborg Superman and Eradicator. And he actually gets his ass handed to him pretty bad, and it's like, what the hell? They knock him back down to Earth, and he goes and flees. He goes to Lois and Jonathan. And big surprise at the end, Superman being trapped in the Black Vault really has messed him up, and something's wrong with Superman. I'm not going to spoil it in this book, but yeah, reviews from the Batcave, Zod is badass. Yeah, good stuff in this storyline, man. So, stash.
No, Jeremy, you didn't read that one either, did you?
No, it's on my pull, but I didn't read it this week. I'm kind of behind on them.
I am way behind on them too. I think I haven't read the past 10 issues, if not more. And Paul, you can read it. I know. Well, give me something to do when the apocalypse comes. I'll have something to read. I'll go on to you, Jeremy. What's your next book?
Is that soon?
It might be.
My next book will be Defenders, #1. It's my first time ever reading Defenders, and I really liked it. Yeah, that's really about all I really got to say about it, because it was one of the first ones I read, and I don't remember much about it. But once y'all start talking about it, I'll probably remember. I liked it, though. I know, Mike, you didn't read that, did you?
I didn't even pick it up.
I read it. I liked it.
I'm actually surprised you didn't. I mean, I was, when I saw this in my pull list, I was kind of like, I really didn't want to pick it up because Marvel has been pretty crappy. But this one actually was pretty good. I actually enjoyed it, and it does make me want to pick up the second issue. But this is the Defenders from the Netflix series. This is Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Daredevil. So it's not your Defenders. Who are the original Defenders? Hulk,
Doctor Strange,
Namor.
Namor.
Namor, one of them.
I think so. Yeah.
One thing about that book that confused me, though, Daredevil's got his black suit on, and didn't he just take the black suit off in a few issues back? Like in Daredevil, I mean.
I don't know. I don't know if that's really. I don't know if it's a directly tie-in with the show or not. I don't know if it's. I don't know. They're just making the main characters. But see, I'm trying to think who else read this one.
I did.
You did, Paul, too. So I'll ask both you guys. You may know Paul. The character that's back in here, has he been gone for a long, long time? Since the original Luke Cage? Or has he been kind of hit?
I don't think he's been in continuity for a while. I think he's been out of the picture.
Yeah. But I actually enjoyed this. Oh, Killer Black Cat cameo in here, too. So,
Exile State said
yes,
Daredevil has the red suit in his main book.
Yeah, so I don't know what continuity this is, if it's trying to follow the show, or if it's making its own thing. But yeah, Black Cat had a pretty cool cameo, though. Go ahead, Paul.
Is this an ongoing, or is this a limited?
That I don't know.
If it's an ongoing, this is the first Marvel book I've read in a long time that was ongoing. That was fucking good.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. The story was good. The art was good. Like you said, killer Black Cat cameo. Luke Cage gets recitated.
Yeah.
And
again,
if the indies weren't so good, this would probably have been my pick of the week.
So no F Marvel.
Well, still F Marvel, but but like I said, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
The other thing I was going to ask, shoot, I forgot what it was now. Oh, that's what it was. I read somewhere, I'm not sure if it was on our Facebook group or if it was on another group or Instagram or whatever, but somebody was saying that Brian Michael Bendis can really do a good start for a book, but he can't close on it. I don't know if that's the case. Anybody has that experience or that. understanding of him. But I mean, I thought it was a really good, strong opening, though.
It was definitely the type of book that says, now I want to read the next one.
Mm-hmm. But hopefully the next one's not $4.99. That's my hope. But go ahead, sorry,
Trinity lost power. He'll be right back.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice he was gone. Oops.
Wonder if he's got a storm rolling through.
He said something about that earlier in the chat that he thought.
Yeah.
So who was the one that brought that? That was Jeremy brought that one up. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. Okay. So on to
Mikey's on the DC kick today.
Yeah.
Me?
I guess I'll go with this one. This is I think I'm the only one still picking these up, and that's Spook House this is number 5 or 4. It's number 5. Eric Powell doesn't do any of the art here anymore. He just does the stories. And what I really like about these is I sit there and read them to my daughter because they're scary stories, but for younger people, and so I think she enjoys me reading it. I hope so. But this kind of goosebumps, kind of short stories. It's still fun. It's kind of a stash though for me. I guess we'll go on to you, Paul, and see what else do you got?
This would be pick of the week number 3. That would be Kill the Minotaur, which is a retelling of the Theseus and Minotaur story. Count me in right there. I mean, it's, Dave and I are both kind of into the historical type stuff like that, and it's a decidedly more violent retelling of the tale than I remember. Had some things that I didn't expect to happen, so I won't give those away because there were certain characters that remember being more involved later on that aren't anymore. But it was really good. I mean, it's just the kind of book I like to read, so definite stash on that. And I think, Dave, you're the only other one that read it, right?
Yeah. The art was really solid, I thought.
Yep.
The story was really well. It was a good, thick book too. Pretty long story. I did laugh out loud at this book too. At this one scene I could just imagine being there and seeing it happen when the Minotaur. I can't remember the characters' names in the books. Unfortunately, the guy's wearing the Minotaur helmet. And he comes through. This guy says, probably thinks an ass, gives him a bull-sized cock, and the guy whips around real quick. I thought that was funny as hell because I can imagine that in real life. Somebody like whipping around like that, wearing that mask, like hearing what you said.
Well, and the other scene where they're sitting there and they're like, oh, they're coming for their tribute, and he's like, oh, I better go grease my ass. He's like,
yeah. But this was a really good book. I really did enjoy it. Do you know, is this a miniseries or is this an ongoing? Do you know that, Paul?
I would expect it's got to be a miniseries because, I mean, it's unless they're planning on going places that this story never went.
And that was my thought too. Was I would think it would be a miniseries. Yeah, but it definitely was a stash. My pick of the week for sure. We'll jump on to Mike.
All right, let's switch it up with a Marvel book, and that is Thanos number 8. As you know, Thanos.
Dude, what's up with that hair on the cover?
Which one?
The purple spiky thing going on there.
Trico. But anyway, this book opens with Thanos' son, Thane. As you well know, he has the powers of the Phoenix Force, and he destroys the planet Livok 9 or whatever it's called, home of Thanos' former army, the Black Quadrant. So he just obliterates the planet. He's like, fuck these guys. And as we left off in the last issue, Star Fox and his crew are trying to recruit Thanos to kill Thane. They find out he has no power. Nebula's like, fuck this. She tries to kill him. And Trico, the guy with the spiky hair, tries to stop her. And she kind of like needs him in the nebulas.
No wonder
Fox,
his hair is like that.
Exactly. Star Fox calms her down, and they hatch a plan where they want to help Thanos get his powers back, and it involves the Witches of Infinity, and it's just awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Thanos number 8. Stash it. Stash it.
Shut your.
What about?
Wait, that's later.
You were talking about the hair on the cover, and I didn't know if maybe it was a bikini and needed a wax or something. So
that's a different book.
Oh, that's that. Okay. What about you, Jeremy? Do you have any more books this week?
Yeah, I got. I read Secret Empire. Did y'all talk about that? I lost power for a second. I don't know what happened.
No, we haven't talked about that one yet.
It was okay. It wasn't really nothing to write home about. It was okay. I did read it though. Yeah, like I said, it was okay. But I do have my second pick of the week. I don't think anybody else on here read it, and that's Regression number 2. That book continues to be awesome for me. I think it's going to be it could work great on like a movie screen for definite. That's an Image book, I think. Don't Image put out that book?
I think so.
Yeah, it's about the guy. If you didn't read issue 1, I'll kind of catch you up a little bit. The guy in issue 1, he's having these daymares or something like that, and like he's having issues at work, and he goes to. In this book, he goes. The last one, he went to a hypnotist, and the hypnotist was supposed to help him with it. The hypnotist told him he was having like past life regressions coming, like something happened in his past life. Well, he thought it was fixed, but he freaked out, and then like at the end of the book, if you haven't read number 1 by now, I'm going to spoil it. The dude that he did the hypnotist. The guy was dead in his apartment. So the book picks up right there where he wakes up, and like, yeah, they're investigating the murder and all this kind of stuff's going on. He's at work. He can't think straight because he can't sleep, and his boss is being a jerk to him. He's trying to put this computer together, and his boss is like being a jerk to him. He just grabs his boss by the hair of the head and slams him down on the desk face down. He puts these needle-nose pliers up to him, and like when he starts talking, like you could tell it's not him because the writing's all like kind of weird looking language, but you can read it, and he's like telling him is like, maybe I should teach you some manners, you dog, you filthy dog, or something like that. And he puts the needle nose pliers up to his eye, and the guy's like, no, and it's like I think I'll let you off with a warning. The stench of urine in your trousers has satiated my thirst, or something like that. He throws the pliers down and walks out, and I was like, whoa. So I think the guy that was in his like in his past life regressions, because he starts having other flashbacks and stuff. He's seeing stuff happen in the world that he's not in.
Are you reading something in the? What's wrong, Mike? I don't know. Go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry, he's laughing about something.
It's my pick of the week. Yeah.
I think you were the one who read that. I did like the issue 1. I've got so many other books that I'm reading right now and picking up. It's hard to add something else to my pull list. Because if that was the case, it would just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, it's been a crap ton of money. But I did read Secret Empire number 4. Oh man, this story is really convoluted for me. I mean, in this one, they're trying to find the shards of the cubics. Is that what it is? Or the shard
Kobik or something like that.
Kobik. And so Cap's team and Iron Man's team, that's just the easiest way to just decipher them. They're both trying to find the shards. They end up going to Hank Pym / Ultron's house, and he ends up like tying them all down to the table. It was just a freaking weird book, but it seemed like it's turning a little bit. It's making that, Cuban Pete. They call me Cuban Pete. It seems like the story has taken a little bit of a turn, a different direction. The book's getting a lot of hate, but it's okay. I think I just need to see the I think I need to see the end in order to really understand and grasp what's going on, though.
We got a long way to go for that.
Yeah, I mean, is it 9 issues long? Is that correct?
It's like 12, I think.
Is it really? Oh my lord.
At least,
okay.
I mean, I haven't been reading it, but at least they seem to be doing some consistency as opposed to Civil War II, where you would have to wait 4 months between books, and then there were other books coming out in between that were talking about stuff that was supposed to happen 2 issues later in Civil War. And
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they're at least on time with this.
Yeah, I hope so. I'll go with you, Mike. What'd you think?
All right, so this book, it starts off with that mystery world where the Ghost Cap or Bucky and Sam Wilson are meeting each other for the first time. I don't know what's going on there, but then we learn that the Punisher is Cap's best lieutenant, and he's concerned with the Black Widow, so he sends the Punisher after her. We go to the Black Widow, who's torturing a Hydra agent, and the young heroes on her team make her stop because it's not right. I thought that was a little interesting. Then we get to the part where you're talking about where they're going after the shards. Basically, while all this secret empire was going on, Ultron / Hank Pym decides to take over Alaska and make it the ultrasonic territories or whatever. And we get the 2 teams going after the Fragment, and one team was led by Tony Stark and one team led by Captain America. I was like, here we go, Civil War 3. But Ultron breaks that shit up. Nobody wants that shit anyway. He actually captures all the former Avengers and sits them down at the table and just has the most dysfunctional family dinner you could think of. Yeah, so we learn Cap has an inside man. So I just love this stuff. They are beating each other off. Who's beating each other off?
That's another book too, I think.
Let me go get that book.
He's got it. He's got it somewhere.
I do, man.
Is that it? You're good to go?
Yeah, I'm good.
Were you stashing it or blasting that?
I'm stashing it. Hail Hydra.
I don't have any more. I have a couple books that I picked up but I haven't read yet. And I'm starting to get behind on Detective Comics as well. American Gods #4. I think I'm behind 1 issue on that.
I'm telling you right now, you could skip Detective Comics for right now.
Well, I like I said before, I'm at least following it up to 1,000, and then we'll go from there. Because I'm sure 1,000 will have 1,000 variants too with it. So
that's what I'm doing. Speaking of Detective right now, I mean, there is a cool cameo at the end of this issue. I'm not going to spoil it for those who didn't read it, but
is it just for my information? Is Batman this one either, or is he not? Last one was spoiler heavy issue, right?
Yeah, spoiler heavy. It's like they're kind of weeding Batman out. This is more an Azrael story.
Well, it's never. I mean, yes, it's kind of primarily, I guess, been Batman, but it's always been Detective Comics because he didn't show up until what, Detective Comics 27, which I mean, a long time ago. But it's been pretty much him. But just like with Action Comics, it's been a little bit here and there. But mostly Superman. But those are my 2 other books that I picked up, but I haven't read this week, and I have a few more in my pull, but I just didn't grab. Do you have any more books, Paul?
The Dam #2,
yep.
Which is that on your pull list still? Because you liked the first issue, didn't?
I did, yeah. I didn't pick up issue 2. I forgot to add it on there. Somebody was asking about it earlier in the chat. I think SS Comic Read was asking if I picked it up.
I mean, I'm still digging it. I mean, the story's moving along a little bit more. You find out why the demons are all pissed off and what the humans have, but you don't know what it does yet. And it's kind of like we said, it's a period piece, and it's just with demons. So how can you go wrong?
This is the gangster.
Yeah, it's got
one.
the gangsters and the demons and the
Yeah.
and the death. Lots of death.
That was the only other book.
Yeah, I mean, I've picked up some other ones, but that's the only other one I read this week.
How about you, Mike? Any other books you want to talk about?
Yeah, we'll run through them real quick. Old Man Logan, number 25, is actually my pick of the week. Basically, the Hulk gang from Old Man Logan and all that shit found a way to time travel, and now they're in Old Man Logan's world, and they go to they destroy him. They actually throw a big vat of hot oil on him, and he melts. It's pretty cool. What's his name? Mike Diodato, the artist on here. I love his art, so that's some good stuff right there. We go from good art to horrible art, and that's Gen X number 3. If it wasn't for the art in this book, this would be good as well. The story's still good.
Who's the cover artist on that? Almost looks like a Dotson cover.
It is Dotson.
It is, okay.
Yeah. All new Wolverine. This is a very. Grandpa was misty when he read this book. So,
Uh-oh.
Yep, Grandpa got misty.
Misty where?
In the eyes.
In his nebula.
In his
nebula.
Nebula region.
Misty in the nebula. X-Men Blue. I'm not feeling this whole Logan's son thing, but it is what it is.
I think we got a title for our next week's episode, Misty and the Nebulas.
Misty and the Nebulas. Weapon X with some good stuff. The team finally frees Lady Deathstrike and Warpath. So I think we're getting next week. Weapons of Mutant Destruction comes out. So, and The Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, number 8. Another great issue. Mary Jane gets the symbiote. She becomes Venom, and it is awesome. And
That cover's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I thought that was only supposed to be a miniseries.
No, it's
Okay.
keeps going. But yeah, I also read frickin' Briggsland Lone Wolves. But
Damn it! That was
Damn it, I forgot to grab that too.
that's supposed to be on my
Teriyaki
pull
Misty. Hashtag it. Teriyaki Misty. I also have Venom 151, but I'm scared to open it and read it because I just love this cover so much. So I haven't read that either.
Read it. I'll press it for you.
You know, I saw you show that off in your video, and I immediately went and bought one.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeremy, you talked about the books you picked up, or we've already talked about all of them.
I've already talked about mine, yeah.
Okay. Then we'll go ahead and close our comic book section and move on to Grandpa. We'll leave it right here, focusing on his face. Go right ahead.
Shut your Funko mouth. I'm not even going to do the little voice tonight because we got a lot of news this week, actually. If
I demand the voice.
Shut your Funko mouth.
It's just not the same without it.
Let's just start this shit right off. We're getting Home Alone pops for anybody who cares.
Oh, yeah.
Harry, Kevin, and Marv.
I want a Harry Chase with the burnt head.
Oh, see, I was thinking of a Kevin Chase with him going.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly how the pop's going to be watched. I mark my words. Along with those, we're getting Jumanji pops, Dr. Smolder and the Professor. Whatever. Elf pops, Buddy, Jovi, and Papa Elf. We're getting those from what's his name, Will Ferrell's movie. I thought they already had pops for the Elf movie, but it is what it is. Let's see. Masters of the Universe. Series 2. Grandpa had an orgasm.
Is that the name of the next movie? Grandpa has an orgasm.
I fucking want all these.
We're back to the nebulas again.
Back to the nebulas.
Are
Jason Smith, Sarah, I think Pop's going up in price. I didn't see that, but Macaulay Culkin pops, LOL. Masters of the Universe Series 2, we're getting Stratos, Battle Armor He-Man, Battle Armor Skeletor, Merman with a Chase Blue Mermaid. I got boobies on the mind again. Beastman, Evelyn, and an Orko Funko Pop. So
That's the one I want.
You want the Orko?
Yeah, I always loved Orko.
I actually watched with my kids the first episode of Masters of the Universe the other day.
Did they like it?
They did, but I'm trying to remember. You know, for Skeletor's crew there, who was the dude who had like the eyes that would change?
Manny Face.
No, Triclops.
Was that Triclops?
Yep.
Because I remember Evelyn and Beastman and all them, but I was like, who's that dude?
Marvel versus Capcom are getting 2-packs. Whatever. Hellboy pops are coming. And
Oh, nice.
I am going to cut off my leg to get those.
I used to know a one-legged prostitute from.
That's another comic.
Oh,
Super Son.
We nicknamed her Pogo. You know, like a pogo stick.
Did she work at IHOP?
Yes, she did. As a matter of fact, we might know the same woman. Anyway, back on track here. Hellboy pops. We're getting Hellboy, Ape Sapien, Queen of the Blood, Liz Sherman, and Rasputin.
Oh, come on! I want the ones from Hellboy 2. The elf, the she.
They'd be pretty cool too.
Tell to turn on lights blue.
Snow White pops are coming. We're getting the Evil Queen, Snow White, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Sneezy, and whatever else dwarfs there are. This one's for my friend Jeremy there. DC Funkos from San Diego Comic-Con were announced. We're getting the Wonder Twins 3-pack pop with the little, I forgot the chimp's name. Interplanetary Batman. He's got a big freaking fishbowl on his head. Pretty cool one. Blue Chrome Batman. We're getting Bruce Wayne from the Justice League movie.
I gotta have that. Was that one limited to a number of pieces?
Not that I heard of.
Yeah, me either.
Hashtag one-legged prostitute named Pogo.
Man, we're getting a bunch of titles for our next few shows.
Then we're getting Aquaman holding. I couldn't figure it out. I had to watch some other videos to figure it out. He's actually holding a mother box. So yeah, we're getting I don't know what it is. It's a Jokerish looking Batman.
It's from when they Hot Toys did that. It's a thing they made up around when Suicide Squad came out. They made a hot toy of it, and everybody seemed to go crazy over it. So of course Funko ran out and said, "Oh, I gotta have it." You know, I could care less about it.
Man-Bat from Batman the Animated Series, and Ares from Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
If you ain't seen Wonder Woman by now,
seriously, especially with all the other fucking movies coming out now, horrible.
There's a 2-pack Dorbs, old school Nightwing, and a Deathstroke. Those are pretty cool. And another Wonder Woman Ares 2-pack for the Dorbs as well. Everybody's favorite painter, Bob Ross. If you don't know who Bob Ross, you're probably
seriously. I need that one now.
Happy little trees. Happy little trees.
We're gonna put a little happy little tree over here. Oh my good, Bob Ross. Really? Who demanded a Bob Ross Funko Pop?
It was I.
Who didn't demand a Bob Ross Funko
Right,
Pop? Come on, everybody needs a fucking Bob Ross.
Well, who's the other little German painter guy that did like?
Oh, the one that trained him. It's like Alexander or
Hitler.
No, Hitler.
We painted like this.
Do y'all remember that show that used to come on? It was the old man. It was like it would come on the same channel as Bob Ross. It was the old man, like Pappy or something. He would like draw stuff. He would show you how to draw stuff.
Be touching an naughty part too.
the road to the Bob Ross Funko started the day Twitch did their Bob Ross stream.
Yeah.
It had 100 or like 15,000 people on it or something like that.
And they got it.
Everybody
they got all
saying
kind of stuff
Bob
about it.
Ross is awesome and Bob Ross is a pimp. Bob Ross is awesome, man. I used to watch that shit all the time.
Yeah, man. They got like I don't know if it's the show or if it's a documentary about him. But they got something about him on Netflix.
If you ever saw Bob Ross when he was in the Air Force, he was a pimp, man. That dude. The only reason I read something they were talking about the afro. They said the only reason he did that was because it was a pain in the ass dealing with his hair for the show. So he said, "Screw it, I'm just going to put it in a fro."
Are they going to have Mr. Rogers pop then? I mean, is that where we're headed? The whole peanuts line?
Is that what you want?
Are they
Is
going to
that
have
a choice?
the chase? Are they going to have the chase with him as a Vietnam sniper?
With tattoos.
That'd be awesome.
That's a store exclusive.
Welcome to my neighborhood, bitch.
So the last wave, or I don't know if it's the last wave, the last one I saw was the TV wave for San Diego Comic-Con. And we're getting a 2-pack Twin Peaks Pops, a Mr. Robot, Mass, whatever, Anderson. Another Walking Dead I have to add to my collection where I think he's been dead for like 3 seasons now, 3 or 4 seasons. And that's T-Dog, the pop that nobody asked for, but it's Walking Dead, so I got to add him to my collection up there. Excuse me.
Is that your commentary on T-Dog right there?
Some Doctor Who, Clara the Impossible Girl. Don't watch Doctor Who. Don't care.
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who?
You need to watch Doctor Who's the
Dr.
shit.
Von Tilla. One that I really want is the Tick, glow-in-the-dark Tick. Spoon. So I'm excited for that.
Who yelled spoon?
The
Mike
Tick.
did.
And yeah, that's really all I got for news. I did pick up a
You
bunch
missed
of
the news I sent you.
Metallica.
Yeah.
You could pre-order Metallica right now. I talked about that like Blasted or Stash It episode 2.
Shut up. What I want to know. What I want to know.
If there's a
how the
Cliff Burton.
Yeah, exactly. How do you not have a Cliff Burton pop?
Cliff Burton or what's the
Jason?
other dude?
Jason
Newsted.
I mean, I think they should have a Jason, but you cannot not have Cliff. I mean,
Yeah.
the 3 best albums right there.
That's what I was wondering because the other designs of the pops they're like off the old Metallica, but then you got Robert Trujillo in there.
I'll tell you what though,
name.
if they did do a Cliff Burton pop, it would have to be a bobblehead because that dude's neck was on a swivel, man. You ever watch him live? He's like,
yeah, doing with his foot. I want a Cliff Burton with his foot propped up on the monitor doing Orion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we probably won't get those, but maybe we will. Who knows? I do have some Funkos that I did get today, real quick. I got Lemmy from Motorhead,
Spades.
Rainbow Bar and Grill Statue Edition from Hot Topic, right there. Lord of the Rings, Gandalf. Now they're two.
Shall not pass, Gandalf.
Yes, the fucked up Gandalf, the Balrog fight Gandalf. There are 2 versions already vaulted of Gandalf, and you're going to pay high dollar for those. So, speaking of Lord of the Rings, I got Saruman right there. Then I got the Toys R Us exclusive, Gwenpool finally. Then I got one of my top 10 favorite wrestlers, great legend. You still in here? You might want to pay attention. Mick Foley.
Has he got a back full of tacks?
I don't know. I'll check.
That's the chase.
Is he missing his ear?
No, he didn't fight Mike Tyson.
No,
he fought Vader.
He had an ear ripped off
Vader.
from getting.
That happened in Germany when he was fighting Vader. Little segue here. The high flyer dudes wanted them to tighten up the ropes, so the ropes were really tight, and they did this spot where Vader threw him into the ropes, and he would flip over it and get his neck, caught between the ropes, and the ropes were so tight that when he went over, it just tore the top of his ear right off.
Yep.
Read his biography. Good stuff.
They had all these new WWE ones at Hot Topic.
Hey, Mike, do they have like Dude Love and
Cactus Jack?
Cactus Jack?
I'm sure they will eventually, but not yet. Let's see.
Okay, to pull from Mike, pop quiz, hot shot. What's your favorite Mick Foley character?
Cactus Jack, WCW.
Cactus Jack. Yeah, man. Bang, bang.
Cactus Jack, man.
That was the shit.
I saw all the new Borderlands pops today. I got the one I wanted the most, my favorite character in the whole series, and that's Tiny Tina. Just awesome stuff right here. She's badass. I said on the Facebook page I got 10 Funkos. Grandpa can't do math very well. I actually got one I already had. I'm going to return that one. But I did get Orem from Aliens Covenant with the face hugger on his face. Really happy. One of my top 10 pops of the year right here. I just love the face huggers. Did you see that A-Box Aliens Covenant unboxing from anybody?
Mm-mm.
I haven't.
They got a life-size face hugger in there that you could pose. Go Google that shit.
Mike really wanted to get 11 Funko Pops, but didn't want to count to 11 by pulling his pants down in the store. So,
that hasn't
when I worked
stopped me before.
When I was working at the comic book store way back in the day, one of our customers won one of the actual alien costumes from Aliens 3, I think, and we had it displayed in the store.
I have a piece of one of the jackets. It's a card that they made. I got it from Bound Box. It's a piece of like one of the suits or whatever they wore.
Biggest Comics knows what I'm talking about. Yes, the giant face hugger. That was dope. You could actually put it on your face and bend the arms and let it implant its egg into your throat, and that's awesome.
I think Legend nailed it too. He says we're going to have a 3 Faces of Foley Funko pack.
I hope not. I hope they're separate, but that's probably...
Yeah, because I know you hate the packs.
I mean, I'll get it just because it's Foley, but Mike, Sunday night, man, and just okay. Last but not least, I did pick up a rock candy. I got her, and that's Ellen Ripley from Aliens in the final scene where she's getting ready to fuck shit up. So,
get away from her, you bitch!
Exactly. So found her at Toys R Us. And one other thing, I did get a package from Funko today. I don't know if this is like a halfway point award for being subscribed to the Collector Core box, but they actually sent me this Olympic medal right here.
Oh, wow.
That's the thank you for spending your entire paycheck every month on us, Mike.
But look at it. It's got a Spider-Man on it. It's like they specialized it for you.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it says Funko Marvel 2016 Collector Core. So, I don't know. It's cool. It's really heavy, too.
I thought that was your special Olympics medal.
In fact, I'm gonna wear it. I can't get it over my headphones. But anyway, yeah, that's all the Funko crap I got. Check out Funko Mouth.
Okay, so jumping on real quick. Do you have any Funkos or anything you picked up this week, Jeremy?
No.
I've only got one. I got it today. My daughter sent it to me for Father's Day. I opened it up early. I said, I'm going to open it just so I can show it on my show tonight. And I told her that I'm showing it live. So, and she got me, Raggy. Scooby-Doo Funko Pop.
Wow, Scoob.
Wow, man. So I thought it was flocked at first, but it's just a regular Scoob. That's pretty cool. I love Scooby-Doo. We used to watch it with her when she was a kid. And I actually loved the live-action Scooby-Doo movies as well.
I think they do have a flock Scooby-Doo on too, Mike.
I think they do, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
It was this is the black one. So looks like Paul, maybe Poopy Paul right now. He's got his mic muted and his screen off, but he didn't get any Funkos. So then in that case, we will go ahead.
No Funko for you.
No Funko for you.
It was a no Funko week.
You got a no Funko week. Okay.
Oh, I am at 617 Funkos. The road to 1,000 continues.
We'll go ahead and jump into Trinitys Superhero Cinema with our own Jeremy. Go right ahead there, Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy. Okay. We're gonna start right here. Chris Evans agreed to Avengers 4 because it's going to wrap everything up. And this is a quote. He said, "I had 6 films in my Marvel contract, so I could have said after the 3rd Avengers I was done, but they wanted to make a 3rd and 4th Avengers films as a 2-parter. They said they had so many other characters to fit in: Guardians, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, and couldn't get them all into one movie. He added that he agreed to the 2-film arc because it made sense. It's going to wrap everything up." So does that make you guys think that we're going to get all new teams?
Well, and I've said this all along, I think we're going to see Captain America die.
I kind of think so too. I kind of think
the reason I say that is because he was signed to his original deal was 6 pictures, right?
Right.
After, I mean, I think it was even before Winter Soldier. Sebastian Stan was signed to a 9-picture deal.
Yeah.
Makes me think there.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I was just going to say. I think Bucky's going to be the next Cap. I know some people were speculating that it might be Falcon, but I think it's going to be Bucky.
I think it's going to be Bucky. I mean, I hope so, because I think he's been owning that part. And
yeah, it's just something that strikes back to me when you think about a Winter Soldier of him holding the shield. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Is he the only other character besides Captain America that's held the shield like that? And
Spider-Man
in the movie universe, or
yeah, I mean Spider-Man, but he didn't fight with it. I'm talking about like
no.
I mean, I think Sebastian Stan. I really like him as Winter Soldier. I think he can own. He can move into that Captain America role. And Chris has already done 2. It's he did. He needs to do a DC movie because everybody's going back and forth these days.
Anybody else got anything to say about this, Dave?
No.
Okay.
Dave's eating Batman ear pizza.
I guess
I am eating pizza.
Batman ear pizza. I just got that. Well, we're going to the next story that's going to make Mike pretty happy.
Oh.
I have one question before we go into the next one.
Yeah.
For the panel. All these people, these young Hemsworth, Evans, are they now typecast, and is this the best they're ever going to get?
I don't know. No, because I don't know. I've seen Evans do some rom-coms. I mean, granted, they weren't great, but I mean, he wasn't Captain America. You know what I'm saying?
We also did Snowpiercer, which was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody talked about how great it was. My wife watched it and said, "What the fuck is this?"
Whenever people say something's great, like as far as like critics wise, I kind of, like something that I don't know anything about, especially.
I mean, who among these people is going to be the Harrison Ford? The person who can go to, I mean, he's done several trilogies of movies that have all been good. And
Chris Pratt.
you've got Mark Hamill, who does Star Wars movies and voices Joker. I mean, there are some people that can, once they get into the trilogy mode, they can break out and do other stuff. But there's other people that it's just like they kind of stagnate after that. I mean, kind of you can't put Robert Downey Jr. in that whole thing because he's just got such a body of work before now.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with Jeremy on that. I think
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is going to be going to have
Chris Pratt's going to be
big career after this.
I do too. He's just because I mean, you look at him in Jurassic World. I love Jurassic World. I thought it was great. He's doing that. He's got Guardians of the Galaxy, and I also thought he would have been perfect as the next if they wanted to go to a next Indiana Jones or Nathan Drake in those movies. I thought he would have been a perfect Nathan Drake.
Yeah,
because he has the chops to do the comedy and the action stuff that the Uncharted movie needs. But Mike. This story is for you. Tom Holland confirmed Spider-Man: Homecoming trilogy, then swiftly apologizes to Marvel.
Why?
Because he wasn't supposed to. While answering a question about the story, about how the story will continue in future movies, Holland said it's going to be an exciting couple of movies. Yeah, there'll be Spider-Man 2 and 3. When the Aloe scene pointed out that Holland just broke some big news. Only Spider-Man Homecoming 2 has been announced so far. Holland quickly apologized to Marvel. Well, now you know. Sorry, Marvel. Whoops.
Who we should apologize to is Sony, because Sony keeps trying to make it sound like they're still holding the reins on this thing, and no, you're on your knees in front of Marvel right now. So
I think it'd be great.
How about that video game, that Spider-Man video game? I know that's off the subject, but
I think it'll be cool because they got the Batman Arkham style like gameplay mechanics. I think that gameplay style lends its way good to a Spider-Man game.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that white spider.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. They had they announced skins, it's like downloadable skins. They got a Miles Morales one.
I think in the long run, I'm actually kind of disappointed that they're doing a Homecoming trilogy with Tom Holland.
Well, he said it wouldn't be.
I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but my dream is one day a Series R Kraven's Last Hunt, and I don't see that happening with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
You gotta go with the older Spider-Man, and I mean I am going to hold out hope for that until the day I die. I want to see that story on screen.
Well, I got a story that's coming up that you might find hope in, Paul. So I'm going to go ahead to the next one.
Bop, bop, bop.
But DC
Eat your pizza and shut up.
Teases the best Superman movie moments are coming. There was some website that tweeted out the 5 best DCEU Superman moments so far, and Jeff Johns retweeted it and said, "Get ready to revise your list." So, I think they got some good stuff coming from Superman and Justice League.
Like him crawling his way out of a coffin.
Well, I don't know.
I'm still in here, you bitches.
Yeah. I think they're using this whole Death of Superman thing to kind of like rebirth I'm doing air quotes, but you can't see me. Superman, because everybody was talking about the gritty Superman. Some people complaining about Man of Steel, and it wasn't real Superman-y like Christopher Reeves. So, and then there's that set photo that showed up of him on Justice League with the classic Superman stick curl. So, I think they might be gonna like make him more like classic Superman. I'm pretty sure everybody wants some more classic Superman. So.
Sweet, I got Big E's on my side. Kraven's Last Hunt, we're going for it.
Hell yeah. That's an awesome story. Now I want to read it again.
This is the one that gives you hope, Paul. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige now says that R-rated movies aren't out of the question.
That's because Deadpool made $1 billion fucking dollars.
During an interview with whatever that word is, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, Feige was once again asked about the possibility of R-rated Marvel movie, and although he does reaffirm that there are no current plans in place, his response definitely seems less definitive than usual. Currently, we don't work on R-rated movies. It's not out of the question, but currently, no. So, I mean, they're basically saying it could happen. They're saying there's a chance.
Well, I mean, they're doing R-rated television. I mean, the Netflix series are just freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and this is another segue here. I believe that comic books will find a better home in television than they will movies, because comics are episodic, and TV is episodic. I mean, you can't tell a lot of these stories in 2 freaking hours. You just can't do it. Look at what they had to do with freaking, the next Avengers. I mean, they had to split it into 2 movies, and who wants to wait 6 months between 2 parts of a movie?
Right.
Absolutely.
Do it as TV series. I think that's the Netflix model is the way to go. Netflix, Stars, all these places where you have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want in your show, and just go with it. And I think that's why the Marvel shows have been so good. And the Berlanti verse on CW, I'm digging that. And I mean,
I'm digging parts of it.
Yeah, I mean, parts of it. I mean, they've had misfire seasons, but overall they've been really good. And right now, everybody, we want the Deathstroke series. We want it on Netflix. We want it.
And when do we want it?
Now.
Season 4 of Arrow, maybe
burn your bras.
Bleach my brain. But anyway, I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this. Did you guys hear about it? That Danny Elfman is set to compose the score for Justice League now instead of Junkie XL.
I don't even know who Junkie XL was. I know who Danny Elfman is.
Junkie XL did Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, the soundtracks for them. He's the one that did the Wonder Woman theme.
See, I really dug the Wonder Woman theme. I thought it was kind of like a throw. It's like the new Hawaii Five-0 series on TV. It was a throwback to the original, but it put a modern spin on it. I dug it.
Is that the new Terminator?
No, that's Cyborg.
Oh, okay.
Cyborg.
I'm kidding.
Elfman worked. Danny Elfman did the original Batman theme with Tim Burton, and he did Avengers movies, and I don't know. I'm kind of split down the middle. I'm like you. I liked the Wonder Woman, and I liked everything Junkie XL did, but I'm kind of hyped to see, to hear how Danny Elfman would do it, like how maybe that'll change.
The thing for me is Elfman is 90s and 2000s. I mean, I mean, you want to do modern scores, you get, if you want modern scores, the actual people who are doing some of the modern scores that people don't even know they're doing them now, you get Trent Reznor, Marilyn Manson. They've been doing some incredible scores that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
Speaking of Trent Reznor, I never thought I would say that Trent Reznor is an employee of Apple. Ain't that weird?
Trent Reznor is probably the most brilliant musician we've had in the past 50 years, and nobody knows it. Well, some people know it, but I mean, he can do anything.
Drew Manchu's in the house. How was Next Wrestling? He was at the Next in the front row.
What's up, Drew Manchu? But I don't agree with your Junkie XL sucks quote. I don't agree with that. I love it. I like you. Drew Manchu. He said Junkie XL sucks.
Oh.
I don't agree with that. Anyway. But I'd be happy. I was happy with Junkie XL, but yeah, I mean, like Big E said, Danny Elfman did the Batman animated series and the Spider-Man one. So I think it'll be sweet.
Drew says Elfman is timeless. I want to see it. I mean, I haven't seen anything he's done like in the past 5-10 years. I mean, I'm a huge Elfman fan. Don't get me wrong.
But I agree with you though. I mean, I liked what he did with whatchamacallit. Well, he did Danny Elfman did Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I'm working on it, Drew. Drew said he's done.
I don't remember much about the music in that. I just remember that I didn't like that movie too much.
Well, I mean, I have 3 different versions of the Batman soundtrack on CD because he owned that. I mean, that was.
Yeah, Danny Elfman and Prince.
You can take the Prince part. I mean, I love Prince too, but I mean,
he worked on 50 Shades Darker too. Damn,
I've seen that.
I mean, if you try watching the original Batman movies, the Michael Keaton ones, without the soundtrack, it's just not there. I mean, he used the music to set so much atmosphere and everything. But again, I got to see what he's going to do now. I don't want to hear the same Danny Elfman, because his music does have a feel to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy either way. I don't really have a preference either way. I would have liked, I'm like you though, that Junkie XL did that awesome that new version with Gary Clark Jr. that Come Together. It's in the Justice League trailer.
Oh, I mean the one the Beatles actually originally sung. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean he did the.
Trust me, he's not going to improve on the Beatles.
No, he's not going to improve on the Beatles, but I mean, he did like you said. He took a classic and put a modern take on it. I don't know. I liked it. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to this last story that I have.
Boy, did we open a can of worms with that one.
Yeah. Honestly, though, either way would be fine with me. But this was a story I wanted to cover because this kind of is like, Marvel president Kevin Feige praises Wonder Woman and is rooting for DC movies to do well. I think a lot of people always try to put Marvel versus DC, but, this puts it into perspective. And he says there's not really a rivalry. The rivalry is much more amongst the press, I think. Feige explained in a live Facebook interview with, again, this word that I can't pronounce. These people are all over this superhero cinema. He said, Jeff Johns is a very good friend of mine. We grew up together in the business and really celebrated Richard Donner. Recently celebrated Richard Donner, who we both used to work for, he continued. So I applaud all the success he has. I really just look at it as a fan. When the movies perform well and they're well received, it's good for us, which is why I'm always rooting for them. I thought that was cool of him to come out and say that. And I know I come off as that I like DC more than Marvel, but I like them both really. I just like comic book movies. Now the comic books, that's a different subject, but I like them both movie wise.
Well, as a fan, we absolutely want them both to do well. We want DC to do well, movies to do well. We want Marvel movies to do well. I want independent movies to do well. You know why? Because if they don't, you're going to have what Apple did with the iPad. They have no competition, and the damn thing ain't changed in 10 years. You need competition to keep them stepping up their game.
Yep. Keep each other on their toes, which, I mean, honestly, though, it's a win-win for us either way, whoever. If Marvel, because like me and Paul were talking about I think it was in an off-air chat when they were just me and him, we were talking about our favorite Marvel movies mine's Winter Soldier, and
Winter Soldier is the best superhero movie that's ever come out.
Hush your Funko mouth.
If you don't agree with that, you're wrong.
The Crow.
The Crow is up there. But
I think Fan Forstic.
Death makes the angels of us all and gives us wings where we had shoulders smooth as raven claws.
Did you hear what I said? I said I think Fan Forstic was better.
Fan Forstic?
Yeah.
It's a joke. That's obvious. That's an obvious joke, by the way. Winter Soldier is my favorite. That and The Dark Knight are like.
V for Vendetta was great too. I mean, that was a pretty faithful adaptation.
That was really good.
I mean, and it's certainly the best adaptation of Alan Moore that's ever been done, because he hates every freaking movie that's ever been made of his shit.
I don't know, man. The Watchmen was pretty great. The ultimate cut.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even consider that a movie though. That's more an homage, because he just did it scene for scene except for the end, and you couldn't change that end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't. It's not like he wrote a movie. He literally took it like panel for panel in the comic, and then at the end he just bollocksed it all up. And I'm like, what? Come on. Of course, the end is the reason why they said it was an unfilmable movie, and he said, "Screw you, I'm going to film it." Well, that's why.
Yeah. Aren't they remaking The Crow? Isn't that?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. It's all one day you'll hear they are, one day you hear they aren't. But
Oh no,
I really hope they
that
don't.
Crow remake is dead. I think because the studio that was going to do it went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Although, you know what? I have to revise my statement. Wasn't From Hell an Alan Moore book too?
I think so.
That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, the Jack the Ripper. I see. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I don't. Reviews from the Batcave says I don't want a Crow remake. Yeah,
I don't think
I don't either. I mean, it's
Letter Biggs.
later, Biggs.
I got trapped looking for dirty pictures to send while Jeremy was screen sharing. I lost part of the conversation. So, so we're talking about independent movies. Well, how about 300?
Oh yeah.
Are you? I don't know what you said. You became a robot midway.
300, the movie 300.
Oh
That was
yeah.
filmed by Zack Snyder. I mean, it was all computer generated, but I thought that was a pretty good movie.
For Zack Snyder, it's pretty good. And most people don't realize this is a comic book movie. That Tom Hanks one where he plays the hitman for the mob.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about that movie the other day.
Shit, what's it called?
Where they go robbing banks. Yeah, I'll look it up while you're.
It's got Viggo Mortensen in it too, don't it?
No. It has the guy who plays James Bond, the newest James Bond. He plays the bad guy.
Daniel Craig.
Yep, Daniel Craig's the bad guy.
Craig.
And then the other bad guy is guy can see his face too. Who
Road to Perdition. That's it.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh
yeah.
Road to Perdition.
And another one that people don't realize is a comic book movie is History of Violence.
Yep,
Yes.
I knew that was too.
Isn't Mystery Men?
No, I don't think so. Is that really a comic?
No, I think it was a Dark Horse thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more movie stuff we want to talk about? Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got to talk about.
Anybody else want some movie stuff? Anything?
Cars 3 comes out.
Ooh.
Wonder Woman's gonna crush it.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Lightning McQueen's got some go.
And you guys see The Mummy?
No, I heard it tanked.
No, yeah, I did too. I heard it's good though. I mean,
it's bad.
Is it a case of it's really bad, or is it a case of it's going up against Wonder Woman second weekend?
It's bad. I mean, it's bad that I've seen reviews saying, "Is this the end of Tom Cruise's career?"
Oh wow!
No.
One could only hope.
No.
I mean, I can't stand Tom Cruise, but brother knows how to pick the movies. I mean,
I love
he
Tom
makes
Cruise,
good
man.
movies. He makes good movies. I mean, he's loonier than a fucking 10-peckered owl, but
Cat Red says The Mummy was crap. It's that bad.
Oh, it's another movie.
The chick's kind of hot, but other than that,
what's the name of that other Frank Miller movie that got made by, was it Robert Rodriguez?
Sin City.
Sin City. That was another good movie that was a comic book independent book.
And then proof that Frank Miller should not direct is The Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
He really tried to take what worked in Sin City, that dark, cartoony kind of feel, and put it in The Spirit, and it just didn't work as well in there.
And now let's go into not a comic book movie, but should be Unbreakable.
Yeah, and they're coming out with a sequel to that.
I consider that a comic book movie because it's about.
They are doing a sequel. They are doing a sequel to it, which I'm so looking forward to.
No one would beat Lugosi. So is this going to be the end of this dark universe they're talking about for the monster movies, you think? Because this one flopped so bad?
I think they'll probably do one more.
Reviews from Batcave said is Masters of the Universe still happening. As far as I know, all they did, they lost their director though, which they had McG. So praise Jesus for that.
Well, come on, make Jesus hot mess.
We're talking about the movie before.
Go back to doing music videos, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, the monsters. So they were saying that Dracula movie that came out a couple years ago was supposed to be the beginning of this dark universe, but they decided to not make that part of canon of the universe.
Dracula Untold.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
That got crap, but I didn't really think it was that bad. It was entertaining. It wasn't like it wasn't a masterpiece. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like that bad.
Yeah. Okay, so any other movie news?
No.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Evan finally popped in here. I think he just now popped in here. But we'll go ahead and jump on to Paul if he wants to do any last minute things or a shout out.
No, my kids have just torn in here. They're saying that the tornado alarms are going off. And
oh, well, you better get the hell out of here.
The room that I do my videos in is fortunately my tornado room. So,
well, that's good for you. So, do you have any shout outs or any last minute things you want to say?
Frosty's here.
Frosty is here.
Oh snap! What's up, Frost?
What's up? Phillies, 2 Phillies.
We're getting off track here. No last minute shout outs for you, Paul?
No, I've got tornadoes showing up. So
okay, we'll go ahead and jump in.
Shout out to the tornado.
Shout out to the tornado.
Jeez.
Ah! Let's do that.
We're in full panic mode over there in the Midwest.
Yeah, we are. Go ahead, Mike.
What's up, Undisputed? How you doing this evening?
What's up, brother?
Shout outs. I want to shout out Half Shell Heroes Chris. I recently won his postcard contest. If you're not familiar with that, you had to send him a postcard to snail mail. He only had 4 entries in that, and you got to pick a second place winner, and Super Sarah Stuff won second place on that for me winning. And so shout out Chris. I want to shout out W.I. Clark. Probably a lot of you comic guys aren't familiar with him. He had a little sports contest going on where you would pick the champion of the Stanley Cup Finals and the NBA Finals. Of course, I picked the Penguins to win, and I won his little contest there. So shout out to him.
Did you pick the Warriors?
I don't watch basketball.
I thought you had to pick both. You just had to pick one or the other.
Yeah, there was a prize. There was a prize for the NHL and one for the NBA. Man, I haven't watched that. I haven't watched NBA since like the Bulls were relevant when Michael Jordan was playing.
Holy crap, dude! 25 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yep, pretty much.
Jordan's still the best, though.
That's right. Some new subs. I got Comic Cavern Collectibles. He has 78 subs. Alfredo Franco. He's got 32. And Longbox Love Affair, who's got 80. Go sub them guys up.
Okay. Jeremy, how about you?
Yeah, I got a shout out. I'm going to shout out Marky316 from the New York Warriors. Big E's, he done left. Marky sent me some books. I got this only one I got handy right now. The other ones are over there, and I don't want to get up. But he sent me this sweet Wonder Woman David Finch cover. I remember posting this on the Blasted Stash page, asking if anybody had it, I would buy it. And he was like, I think I might have that, but he never got back with me, and it just showed up in the mail one day. So thank you again, Marky. I want to shout out everybody in the chat. I know he ain't here right now because he's got at a men's conference at his church, but Alex the Comic Quarter always calls me Trinity Winfrey. So subs for everybody. Jason Smith, look under your chair. There's a sub for you. And Evan, with your little heart, sub for you. Uncanny Kyle Walker, sub for you. Subs for everybody. And that's it.
Me and Trinity are going to pay Alex a little visit sometime.
Duet minutes.
You gonna break his knees for him?
Nah.
We're gonna go pay him a little visit.
That sounds threatening. A couple things real quick. We did start a Twitter page, so now we're twatting Twitter and whatever you want to call it. Trying to learn that whole thing. So called Blaster Stash. I'm not sure if I posted it on our Facebook group, but got a few tweets out there. Just trying to get some more people to come in here. Go check us out there and give us a follow, sub. I don't know what the hell it is on there.
Yeah, follow. Spider Grandpa also has started a twatter page, so you can come twat me.
No, I'm not going to be twatting you. Okay, so moving on. Pop Comic Culture. He has, I don't know how many subs he's got in his channel, but he recently got a huge collection, a whole bunch of books, and I got a nice cool stack of Batman books here from him today. I just opened them up. I'll end up doing a video for that, so go show him some love. And I think that is it. So in that, whether you blast it or whether you stash it, happy reading, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Hashtag Pogo the prostitute. Pogo the prostitute.